the Afia Business Morning. Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. The opening bell, where we see activities from our selected stock exchanges. The global business, where we bring you up to speed on business activities making the rounds all over the world. And we bring the conversation home on the segment Eastern Business Reports, as we discuss business activities and issues bedeviling businesses in the Southeast region. My name is Ubon Kings. Join the Afia Business Morning every weekday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Exclusive to Afia TV on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business unusual.
On the floor of the Nigerian exchange is open today. The exchange in London opened at 9 ago. The New York Stock Exchange is yet to open, while in China opening bells went off at 2 a.m. local time. Welcome to the opening bell segment, and we're going to be jumping right to the floors of our featured exchanges, and like they say, trying to begin at home, so we'll start on the floors of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where interestingly the NGX all-share index as of yesterday closed on the low, falling by 0.44%. to close at 104,915.13 points. We're interested to know that a total of 1,366,555,194 shares valued at 12,374,552,423 naira 86 kobo were traded across 12,012 deals with equity capitalization of 65,789,526,419,913 naira 73 kobo. Now let's take a look at the biggest gainers and losers of the day. The biggest gainer of the day, meanwhile, was Julius Berger, which rose by 8.47%. Other gainers were the likes of Ilmatech, UPDC, Wema Bank, and Unilever. On the other hand, however, livestock topped the losers list with a decline of 10%. Other losers were eTransact, Wapik, Mercedes, and May Baker. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll be looking at activities from other selected exchanges. I'm talking about the likes of the New York Stock Exchange, the London Stock Exchange, the Chinese Stock Exchange, which comprises the Shenzhen and Shanghai exchanges. You have a business morning, and the opening bell. I'll be right back. Please stay. to the Afia Business Morning, and you are watching Opening Bell. We're going straight to floors of all the featured exchanges in New York Stock Exchanges. Our next point of call, and interestingly, it's all rises in index values across board, from the NYSE Composite DJ all the way to Nasdaq Composite, all up. An interesting development. Well, the question is, when we move away from this to the London Stock Exchange, will that be the same order of events? Let's move to the London Stock Exchange this morning. It is also all rises in index values across board. FTSE 100 is up 0.12%, FTSE 250 up 0.15%, FTSE 350, FTSE All-Share Index both up with the same value of 0.09%. Now, since we're enjoying all the rises, let's find out when we get to China. Starting off with the exchange at Shenzhen, whether it is also or no, it is not. It's all dips in index values across the board. The Shenzhen Component Index is down 0.32%. SZSE Composite Index down 0.40%. The Chinese Index is also down 0.28%. Next up, still in China, by the way, is the exchange at Shanghai. And, well, pretty much the same order of events. That's what we saw at Shenzhen. But the only difference here is at Shanghai, we have two rises. That's the SSE 50 index and the CSI 300 index, which are both up at 0.26% and 0.06%, respectively. However, the SSE Composite Index is down 0.10%. Star 50 Index, SSE 180 Index, 381 and 380 index is all down rather at 1.18%, 0.14% and 0.33% respectively. We'll take another break, and when we return we'll be looking at commodity prices as well as a consumer price watch in the open market. And just so you know real quickly, there's an opportunity for you to win 25 million naira worth of prizes on the Brand Wars Business Game Show. Registration is ongoing at the moment and will end 31st March 2025 with registration and voting capped at 100 naira only. To register and vote, visit www.fonzweb.com/brandwars. Download the Fonz app, available on Google Play and iOS stores. For inquiries, call, send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 091 5533 4949. This program is powered by Fonz and Landbank Africa Group, season sponsors, and supported by Afia TV, Afia 99.3 FM, Market Studio, Zoe Multimedia Studios, and Balande Enugu. The Afia Business Morning and indeed Opening Bell will be right back after this time out. Stay tuned. And I am Ubong Kings. It's still the Afia Business Morning, and you are watching Opening Bell right here on Afia TV. It's time to check in on commodity prices, and we will begin with precious metals. And interestingly, it's downward movement for gold today, and indeed all precious metals on the chart: silver, platinum, palladium down, as you can see on the chart already. And moving away from that, let's go to energy. Is there going to be a change when we get to energy? Well, yes, but not so much. And Oil Bonny Light, Brass River, Kwaibo down at 2.84%, 1.74% and 1.73% respectively. However, natural gas is up, ethanol is up, coal and oil Brent are all up as far as energy commodity is concerned. Away from that, let's take a look at what's happening as far as industrial metals is concerned this morning. It's also mostly, it's an even distribution this time around actually. Even distribution of rises and dips and index values across board. The commodities that are up are aluminium, copper and nickel. However, lead, iron ore and tin are down this morning. Hopefully this would reverse or maybe will change completely by tomorrow. You're still watching the Afia Business Morning. This indeed is Opening Bell. And we'll take a short break right here. And just so you know, coming up next will be Global Business, where we're going to be taking a look at business news stories from around the world. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow on the Opening Bell when the exchanges reopen for trading. The Afia Business Morning will be right back. My name is Ubong Kings. Stay tuned. My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Akwamaga.
I am Chioma Akbala.
My name is Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in a market speaking.
My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Akwamaga.
I am Chioma Akbala.
My name is Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in a market speaking.
The Afia Business Morning. Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. The opening bell where we see activities from our select stock exchanges. The global business where we bring you up to speed on business activities, making the rounds all over the world. And we bring the conversation home on the segment Eastern Business Reports as we discuss business activities and issues bedeviling businesses in the Southeast region. My name is Ubon Kings. Join the Afia Business Morning every weekday 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Exclusive to Afia TV on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business unusual.
Joining me on the Afia Business Morning. Welcome to Global Business. And here we'll take a look at the business news stories around the continent of Africa and indeed the rest of the world. My name is Ubon Kings. Here are the headlines that we are tracking at the moment. Starting off with business news stories from Africa, it was reported that the world's worst currency status, hence Tanzanian shilling as debt and imports increases. And away from that, from the foreign scene, Putin agrees to 30-day halt on energy facility strikes. And from the world of pharmaceuticals, Purdue Pharma files new bankruptcy plan for $7.4 billion opioid settlement. We'll bring you details of these stories and more right after this time. Stay tuned. Global Business right here on the Afia Business Morning, and we will begin with business stories from Africa, where it's reported that Tanzania's economy might be booming, but its currency is taking a hit. Tanzania's shilling has dropped 8.9% this year, making it the worst performing currency in the world, and it may take some time before the local currency benefits. The Tanzanian shilling recently slipped 0.2% to 2,645.10 per dollar, which is its lowest closing level since late November. This decline is driven by rising imports and increasing public debt linked to major infrastructure projects, even as the country's GDP is projected to grow by 6% this year. However, experts warn that the shilling may see further declines before it stabilizes, as Shani Schmidt-Leighton, a senior economist at Oxford Economics Africa, points to a widening current account deficit and seasonal liquidity constraints as key short-term pressures dragging the currency down. She also further noted that the country's heavy infrastructure investments are expected to yield long-term economic benefits despite the current challenges. If you ask me, right, I'm just going to highlight one key thing, right, and that is the Tanzanian shilling recently slipped 0.2% to 2,645.10 per dollar. And this decline, according to the story, is driven by rising imports and increasing public debt. Now, does this in any way sound a little familiar? Because frankly, Nigeria is facing its worst economic crisis in a generation. I'm interested to know that between 2023 and January 2024, the value of its currency, the Naira, dropped from 450 Naira to 1,600 Naira to a dollar, causing a major disruption in the economy and further fueling catastrophic inflation. And according to the World Bank, just so you know real quickly, the weakening of the Naira is a result of the surge in the demand for US dollars in the private market, driven by financial institutions, money managers, and non-financial users. Not forgetting, of course, rising imports and increasing public debt, which is pretty much the same thing happening in Tanzania. Now, for your information, a 2024 study revealed that the Nigerian Naira didn't even make it to the 10 strongest currencies in Africa. Even though we had the likes of the Moroccan dirham, Botswana pula, Seychelles rupee, Eritrean nafka, Ghanaian cedis, even the Ghanaian cedis made it. And then we'll still be arguing about whose rice is better. Anyway, the South African rand also made it. The Zambian kwacha also made it. Egyptian pound, by all means, made it to the top 10, but Nigerian naira didn't. Anyway, we'll leave it at that and move on to other stories making the rounds. This time, still from Africa and from Egypt. It's reported that Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has announced that the Suez Canal is losing around $800 million in revenue each month due to regional instability. Iran-backed Houthis have attacked vessels in the Red Sea area since November 2023 in support of Palestinians in Gaza during the war with Israel. Attacks on vessels in the Red Sea area reduced traffic through the Suez Canal, the shortest maritime route between Asia and Europe, through which about 15% of global maritime trade volume normally passes, consequently increasing shipping costs. Although the Egyptian presidency's statement did not explicitly mention the Houthis, President Sisi previously estimated in December that disruptions to the Suez Canal could cost Egypt around $7 billion in revenue lost in just 2024. Hold on a moment or two. Let's look at something very critical here and put a couple of things in perspective. Now, it is worthy of note that the Egyptian president, according to the story, had announced that the Suez Canal is losing, around $800 million in revenue each month due to regional instability. $800 million in revenue due to regional instability each month, by the way. Now multiply that by 12 months, you get the idea, right? That's 800 million times 12. Do the math. Now, let's bring this conversation home. Now, while a precise monthly figure is difficult to determine, Nigeria experiences significant economic losses as well, due to insurgency, by the way, with the economic impact of terrorism in Nigeria reaching approximately, listen to this, $142 billion US between 2007 and 2019. $142 billion US. This is almost 4 times the Nigerian 2025 budget. Yet, will you say that the situation has improved since 2007? Well, your guess is as good as mine. You're still watching Global Business right here on the Afia Business Morning on Afia TV. And just before we take a break, I want to remind you that there is an opportunity for you to win 25 billion naira worth of prizes on the Brand Wars Business Game Show. Registration is ongoing and will end 31st March 2025 with registration and voting capped at 100 naira only. To register and vote, visit www.fonzieweb.com/brandwars. Or download the Fonzie app available on Google Play and iOS stores. For inquiries, call, send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09155 334949. This program is powered by Fonzie and Landmark Africa Group season sponsors and supported by Afia TV, Afia 99.3 FM, Market Studio, Zoe Multimedia Studios, and Obalende, Enugu. We'll take that break, and when we come back, more stories. Please stay. Back to the Afia Business Morning on Afia TV. You're still watching Global Business down to the rest of our stories. And this time we're moving to stories from the pharmaceutical world, where it's reported that bankrupt drug maker Purdue Pharma has filed a new bankruptcy plan, which is a major step towards finalizing a proposed opioid settlement of at least $7.4 billion after a setback in the U.S. Supreme Court last year, which is aimed at resolving thousands of lawsuits alleging that the company's pain medication OxyContin caused a widespread opioid addiction crisis in the United States. Opioid lawsuits. Additionally, Purdue's new plan responds to that ruling by giving creditors the choice to opt in to the settlement if they wish to be paid, as those who do not wish to join the settlement are free to pursue lawsuits against the cyclists, who have said they would vigorously defend themselves in court. However, the cyclists are putting up between $6.5 billion and $7 billion for new settlement, a $1 billion increase over the deal that was rejected last year. Now, you see, the first paragraph actually did crack me up just a little bit, right? It reads that the bankrupt drug maker Purdue Pharma has filed bankruptcy, a new bankruptcy plan. They're already bankrupt, you're still filing. Well, anyway, sorry for another day. Now, this is coming off the heels of thousands, as it were, of lawsuits alleging that the company's pain medication called OxyContin has caused a widespread opioid addiction crisis in the United States. Now, for the sake of clarity, right, opioids, as was called, a class of drugs that includes the illegal drug heroin, as well as power pain relievers available by prescription. Underline that phrase, available by prescription, such as the one I just mentioned earlier, OxyContin, hydrocodone. My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Apamaga.
I am Chioma Okpala.
My name na Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in a market pikin.
Time check is 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owners, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
an incompetent means an incompetent person.
My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Akwamaga.
I am Chioma Okpala.
My name na Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in a market speaking.
what are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of free salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Hey ladies, join us on Gyno Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breastfeeding. The frequency of breastfeeding determines the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did single.
For real? You're not a backup singer.
That's what they do.
It's a brand new week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Time check is 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibe and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and Go TV channel 17.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owners, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
An incompetent means an incompetent person.
My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Afamaga.
I am Chioma Okbala. My name is Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in market speaking.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of doing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Hey ladies, join us on Gyno Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254 and Go TV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
breastfeeding doesn't even cause blood clot. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did single.
For real.
You're not a backup singer.
That's what they do.
It's a brand new week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
An incompetent means an incompetent person.
Up to speed on business activities, making the rounds or conversation home on the segment Eastern Business Reports as we
Have you rejoined us? You're still watching the Afia Business Morning. This is Eastern Business Report, which is designed to bring you up to speed on business activities and policies affecting businesses and the economy of the southeastern region of Nigeria. It comes after Global Business on the Afia Business Morning. And on today's edition of the Eastern Business Report, we'll be looking at Soludo's 3G as in office impact on business and livelihood. My name is Ubong Kings. Welcome to the Eastern Business Report.
the Afia Business Morning. Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. The opening bell where we see activities from our select stock exchanges. The global business where we bring you up to speed on business activities, making the rounds all over the world. And we bring the conversation home on the segment Eastern Business Reports as we discuss business activities and issues bedeviling businesses in the Southeast region. My name is Ubon Kings. Join the Afia Business Morning every weekday 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Exclusive to Afia TV on DSTV channel 254 and Go TV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business unusual.
The Eastern Business Report right here on Afia TV. And like I did say before the break, I said we're going to be looking at Soludo's 3 years in office, his impact on businesses and livelihood. And it's already 3 years, since Governor Chukwuma Soludo took oath of office as the governor of Anambra State at the government house premises, Oka. A lot was expected of him from that day. 3 years already down the road, and also there'll be a gubernatorial election this year in the state. Residents of Onitsha no longer waiting for the governor to reel out his scorecard, but they are doing so for him. And let's take a look at this report as put together by Afia TV. And when we come back, we'll be looking at how well he's performed, putting side by side with his electoral promises, and of course, by extension, what is expected of him. Let's take a look at that report.
It's 3 years already since Governor Chukwuma Soludo was sworn in as the governor of Anambra State. A lot was expected of him from that day. Residents of Onitsha are no longer waiting for the governor to reel out his scorecard. Rather, they are doing so for him.
I rate him as the most performing governor Anambra ever had. This man, we had doubts that he would have performed, but he has surprised everybody. Projects here and there, unbelievable projects. He's really working. I'm very impressed about his actions. Security is returning. Everywhere is being calm. He's really a performing governor. Just first time he's already performing. And I thank God for that.
Well, I thank God for him because so far, so good. He's the best governor as far as I'm concerned. So, making a great because now we governor for the care because on in and I choosing in okay. We got a shadow of the at least. I know money. Now put a zero the free. But currently I got a prefer at least on that time more so as to to quiet also. I'm once government staff before I am federal. So I'm going to okay, this is right? So now when you can say I'm also.
I'm going to so the number of 3 years out. I'm off now. Then I took to quiet also. Can't Afia more a good governor for me. Some dollars ago. So many places all gas. Many all gas ma Ochanga uzo village matters. Bring na half gas me all am for me. I am off now.
On a scale of 1 to 10? On a scale of 1 to 10, yes. I'll give him an 8. He's doing so well, just that he needs to improve. A little improvement, but he's trying, he's doing well. Sorry?
On that note, should he come again?
Yes, he should come again. He should. He's an able governor. He's doing well.
If I were giving him grade, I give the excellency 100%. He's trying. Even this hospital, he's trying. Even road construction, they try. Even security, Anambra and the whole, they trying. In fact, I pray that God will give him more fruitful regard to his age. Work with us, and his work is already campaigned for him for going to second tenure, like special grace of God.
They all seem to agree that Governor Soludo did not disappoint after all, even though some of the respondents believe that there is room for improvement, especially in the area of security. However, are these testimonies enough to return the governor to Aguaka with the next election around the corner? Only time shall tell. In Onitsha, Ike Lord Aligo for Afia TV.
Thank you for that report. And, well, let's get into this. And joining me on the conversation this morning about Soludo's 3G's and office impact on business and livelihood is Emeka Odom, a development communications strategist, journalist, and public affairs analyst. It's good to have you join me this morning. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
So, from your opinion, I mean, can one really say, you know, that these testimonies are enough, as it were, to return Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo to the government house?
Okay, thank you so much. Well, the testimonies of the people we just saw there, asking if they are enough, that's a very difficult question to answer because I cannot tell you that I'm sure there are more than 500,000 people that are likely to vote in the election, going by the statistics we got in the last election. So it might be safe to say at least there are going to be more than 500,000 people that may vote. And so if that is the case, then it therefore means that the opinion of 3 or 4 people, you begin to ask, is it inadequate? However, we also know you cannot interview every other person. So this could be a representation of the people of Anambra State. They have spoken, and one can say that they represent an average view of the man on the street in Anambra, which is very important. Now, if that is the case, then it's very important because these are people on the ground, and they are assessing their governor, and as long as they are concerned, the governor has done well. And so that should be the case.
Okay, well, let's look at something very critically. Governor Chukwuma Soludo did say that his administration had achieved significant progress. I'm going to mention some things that have direct bearing on business. He said he had achieved significant progress in infrastructure and human capital development in 3 years without borrowing money. Key point.
Yes.
Without borrowing money.
Yes, I think I agree with him. You see, because I'm very close to Anambra State. I go there every now and then, and I can tell you that number one, if you look at when you talk about infrastructure, if you look at some key roads in Anambra State, the man is doing some work there. In fact, am I interested to know that was it just yesterday he commissioned some roads in Ekusigo local government area, and so the road linking is it alright to Nkwonewi also that links up also to Owerri Road. So he commissioned that road. And remember also that 3 years ago when he took out of office, he began with Oposi in somewhere close to Onitsha. And he returned there again yesterday to commission some of the projects there. That is on one area. Then we talk about human capital development. The man has practically completely revolutionized the entire civil service in Anambra State. Remember also that not long ago, the Anambra State swept a lot of awards at the Nigerian Communications Award in Kano. Yeah. They won is it the best digitized civil service structure? I mean, in the Nigeria, he won the best runner-up and complete, digitization of government services. In fact, right now you could access whatever information you need on Anambra State website. Government website. This has been a very major problem in Nigeria. In fact, before now, sometime in 2019 or so, I was involved in a major national, project on business environment across Nigerian states, and I handled one of the states in Nigeria. And part of my job, I met with key states, organizations to gather information. And one of the major areas of focus was official website from the state. I can tell you that there were not more than 5 states in Nigeria you can say that you go to their website and you're able to get updated information you can run with. Yes. You can run with. But today, Anambra State is by the way, Chukwuma Soludo himself, is a key man in research. And so he cannot perform less in that. And of course, also, that he's an economist of high repute. This is a man who everybody agrees in Nigeria that during the time he was CBN governor, he was able to achieve 1 or 2 things along the line of Nigerian economy. And so for me, you know, he has done fairly well. You remember also that he came into power at the time security was a major challenge in Anambra State. Well, let's not lose sight of that. And you know that in Nigeria today, as much as we all want the governors to do magic in their respective states, you must also know and understand their limitations. As long as security is concerned, you must talk about the key organizations or key agencies of government that you can use to tackle security. Now, those key agencies, I do not know how many of them than an average governor is fully and totally in control of. Yes, he's the chief executive officer of the state. Yes, whatever head of the agency that is sent in the state will work with him. But remember also, he didn't appoint him. And that's, of course, given the political terrain where we are, a lot of times we have seen the politics involved in giving order and respecting order and taking order, lawful order and taking. So we've seen all of this. So to a certain extent, I'm not trying to exonerate governors, but you cannot completely vilify governors today for whatever security labs that exist in any way in any state. That is on that side. So for me, there's another important factor which you must understand. Chukwuma Soludo is governor of Anambra State, right? Now, a major presidential candidate in the last presidential election is from that state. And this is a man we know very clearly, you know, belong to a different camp with Chukwuma Soludo. And the presidential candidate himself controls a large, you know, crowd of youths who on a daily basis are doing an X-ray into, you know, Chukwuma Soludo, giving his opinions before that election. So if it doesn't remain, if it doesn't score anything above 95%, some people will say he has failed.
You know, funny enough, I'm reminded of a non-partisan group that featured on one interview on Afia TV recently, still talking about this. And you know the funny part? Just like you said, a lot of persons will still poke holes, but I want us to listen and listen to that particular session that we had here on Afia TV, and they claimed that many promises by the governor still remains unfulfilled. Let's see that particular report, and we'll continue this conversation.
Because we are not just here to list problems. We are not that type of organization. We don't witch hunt. So the recommendations here, there are about 5 promises which we feel he still has the opportunity to achieve this within this last year. The first one is to provide 20 to 24-hour uninterrupted power supply in Anambra State. We brought examples from Lagos State, and it's good. Last week, a bill was signed to aid this. Unfortunately, we had stopped tracking for the sake of our report by then. We would have captured it in the report. But yeah, he's making moves, like I said. The first one is the power promise. The other one is build embankments to help control flooding in Anambra West. When we visited the communities in Anambra West, it was a sight for sore eyes. The people, the way they spoke about the flood that comes here is heartbreaking, it's heart-wrenching. You have industrious people, they are fishermen, they are farmers, and this flood sweeps them every year. They complain that relief materials, they just see it in the news, they just hear about it on the news, about relief materials, they don't get anything. And it's been 3 years, nothing has been done to address their problems. There's the specific programs to empower women-owned businesses. You have to understand that Nigeria is a patriarchal society, and so it's almost innate for women to be sidelined. And you can't say women don't have a crucial role to play in the economy of the nation as a whole, not just Anambra State, even historically. But these women, they have barriers to getting funding. And Governor Soludo promised to empower these women-owned businesses, link them to development financial institutions and whatnot to empower them to empower their businesses. And so far, we could not get any specific program, we could not get concrete proof of any specific program doing that. So it's part of the recommendations. The timely payment of benefits for all pensioned senior citizens. Anytime Soludo is talking about payment of pension, he's always putting it in a bracket like retirees from 2020, retirees from 2018. It shouldn't be so. He also promised to create a sustainable safety net for these retirees so that life after work is not jungle for them, where they can, have some cash transfers or even just economic incentives to help them get through life after diligently serving the state for most of their life. Then the other one is to review, amend, and operationalize the fiscal responsibility law. While you will applaud Governor Soludo for his performance with transparency in the state, you have to understand that if it is not a law, then it might end with Soludo. If you don't make it a law, the next governor might not come and do it. So we are imploring him to kind of cement his legacy in the transparency and accountability.
Well, I'm just going to highlight the 5 things he mentioned, which we're going to look at in a very short time. And as a matter of fact, we don't have the luxury of time. There was power supply concern. There was erosion concerns. There was empowerment of women-owned businesses. There's also timely payment of benefits and sustainable safety net, and review and operationalize fiscal policy law. Now, how does this 5 things that have not been done really impact his, so to speak, how do I put it, the clean cloth that the people put on him?
Yes, you see, first and foremost, let me make it very clear now that we have a fundamental problem in this country. And it has to do with politicians and the promises they make when they want to get into office. And this is very clear. Maybe because of the kind of people have in this country and the things they say, people always hear what they want to hear. And people always get the kind of leadership that they deserve. So politicians make all kinds of promises, even realistic and unrealistic ones, at the time they are seeking for people's vote. But most importantly, let me also let you know that I have taken a census of, beginning from 1999 up to now. I cannot get one person, whether appointed or elected officer, who made any promise concerning power and delivered it within the period that he made that promise. So Soludo is not alone in that bracket. That is number one. Number two, you see, from the things they talked about, nobody will deny the fact that the man is revolutionizing transparency in the area of government business and accountability and transparency. For me, this is number one. If this is the only thing he's able to achieve, of course he was in Central Bank he was in Central Bank as a governor, and he was a man. Even when a lot of things were done, probably to drag his name to the mud, and probably they couldn't hold on to anything. And for me also, that is an achievement. We live in a country where there's hardly any public officer that lives without a trail of questions following that person. And sometimes they don't even come back to answer these questions. And this is the man that is sitting down there and making things as transparent as you can get. So if this is the only thing he's able to achieve, it's good enough. Then remember also that somebody is coming after him anytime, whenever he is able to, he finishes his tenure and moves away. But let me advise Nigerian politicians: when you want to, yes, of course he has a lot of plans, but when you want to contest election, promise the people what you can deliver within the first 4 years that your contract with the people, your social contract, is covered. But we see politicians make promises, including the second 4 years that they are not sure whether it will be given to them or not. And so and if they are not able to deliver within the second, when they make these promises, people look forward to all of the promises within 4 years. Yeah. And so when it does, meanwhile, the politician himself is thinking that this is the one I will do when I come to second term, and the people are hoping that you deliver everything within your first term. And so when there's no harmony, you turn that the man has failed. He made a very cardinal promise that he was going to turn Anambra into Taiwan of Africa. Yes. Even though, of course, if you have followed his media chat 2 days ago, he still has that plans. He's still working towards that. But again, also, let's understand with him that when a country, a state, a town, even your home, is facing a major challenge that has to do with security, you must know that it's a major distraction to every other thing else. Yes. And in fact, security is so important that every other thing comes to a standstill until you're able to sort out the issue of security.
That's right.
It's just natural. And so, for me, I may not really take him to the cleaners because Anambra, just like many other states in the southeast, but we know Anambra did, faced a lot of security challenges. And so, to an extent, we must give him kudos. Actually, we must give him kudos.
Despite the security
situation, yes, of course. And he's making some giant strides. And I think, you know, he's walking the talk, and we must give him that space.
I think we should let it rest here at this moment. Thank you so much, Emeka, for coming. It's been a pleasure as always.
Thank you so much.
And this will be the size of the package today on the ASM Business Report, and we took our time to look at Soludo's 3 years in office, its impact on business and livelihood, and I played host to Emeka Odom, development communication strategist, journalist, and public affairs analyst. You're still watching Afia Business Morning live from Enugu State, Nigeria. My name is Ubong Kings. Coming up next is Afia. Please stay. My name is Ubong Kings.
I am Marvelous Afamaga.
I am Chioma Akbala. My name is Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in market speaking.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Hey ladies, join us on Gyno Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause bloodsack. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Hello, welcome Afia to the Afia podcast, where we talk about trade and the lifestyle of a hustler. My name is Harald Chelo, and today in the studio, I have someone I look up to personally. With me in the studio today is Mr. Frank Nweke Jr. No, Daddy. No.
Well, no,
I don't know. I don't know. You're looking good.
Well, yeah. Thank you. You look good too.
Thank you. Stop it. Thank you. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Please introduce yourself. Imago. For people, everybody could say Imagi. Water. But some people, Daddy and Hama Biggie yet. Who are you exactly, sir?
Okay, Afambo Frank Nweke Jr. More about the gubernatorial candidate of All Progressive Grand Alliance.
Definitely.
Yes.
Is that all? You know, I know that I read a lot about you. Uh-huh. I did read a lot about you. Uh-huh. You know, I read about your education at Harvard. I read about your previous experience as a minister. You don't want to tell us that one.
I'm not going to here the interested in this kind
just the motivators. School China.
Interested.
They are not exclusive now. They're still
okay. I'm not each other. Okay, can go on. So I'm Frank Weke Junior. I'm in Shores in Kano West area of Enugu State. Alugo Molo Dichiche had various positions, starting as one-time consultant to government on economic affairs in Enugu State between 1999 and then I think 2000, 2001. Then Mese Weloa, Chief of Staff to the government of Enugu State. Weloa Chief of Staff for about 2 years before he made my appoint Minister. First of all, Minister for Intergovernmental Affairs and Special Duties. And then subsequently as Minister for Intergovernmental Affairs, Youth Development and Special Duties. And after that, I became Minister for Information and National Orientation. And then Alusia and Kafo, Minister for Information and Communication. Eba kalu the government we go. Okay, government was there.
The work is the line of people know a lot of me when you take another one.
So okay, government was there. Mwa jebeze na chieze akwụkwọ n'obodo Igbo weje university anakpo Harvard University, and the school men attend specifically in Harvard with the Harvard Kennedy School of Government. About come with my second master's degree in public administration and strategic management. Then oge mechezi from America, we chotakwam we appoint him as Director General of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group. Unu check here Odifemelo na Nigeria between I think 2009 and 2014. Ogemo Director General. Unma that no ko obodo di obodo amako gafu.
Yes.
Ama ego ne ana exchange naira. Ama ego ne ife na ada na Afia.
Yeah.
Ama na ndị mmadụ na arụ ọrụ na ife ndị mma security. Ifunu werie and ihe dị iche iche. Ụmụaka na-achọ ọrụ na-enweta ọrụ. Ndị na-atụbata Afia na-atụbata Afia. Ego dị n'obodo. Mana arụ m ihe afọ 5 years rapụzi ya. On the mic, Amazika, Nigeria, the time.
Kiru no, I know.
So, it's what I'm calling our Kokwagamana, Campus Godeba.
I have a break. I'm making
as gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, ABGA.
Speaking of Onyaga and 1 year, right? What we're talking about today is we're talking about giving back to the society. Let's talk about the Igbo cosmology of Onyaga and Nwannia, right? After you move forward, after you've gone forward in life, you come back and you imago give back to society, help bring people up. This can be seen in Ewa Boy, right? Is there a way, AC, what you have a special interest in this particular? Why is it?
Okay, so Onyaga and Nwannia. It captures what I've called the Igbo social cosmology.
The Igbo social cosmology.
Yes, it captures it, our way of life, our world view. Iheji malai, kaise bindo, kaise omume, kaise nedo wine, kaise mekorita. Onyawa bihe this onyawa na anye, oyihona kowa. And yes, I'm a reference to Igba Boy. Man, obro so on Igba Boy. Ejiwe Malundi Igbo, the apprenticeship system. Ejiwe Malundi Igbo all over the world. Obro so na kowa onyaga na 1 year. Uto I see we no we kobo because na ikabo korobia. Man eba no. Ama mmadu one nna m zoro m ọnịa. Ọ na-abụrụ ya nwa mụrụ. Ụmụ nwanne. Na ụmụ nwanne. Because of Kaisieme, I had a 1 9. No man or Rozia, man even 1 year, Ogen we totesia we bido met we faka Ruatata. I'm a madu ne nchin nazo. Neyaka, Mandana on the my mandi also because no if age malundi Igbo. John Nage, Oga Kawaru, I'm shike with him, some people. Opunyawa nazo, or because no yawa Morofa, but because no water as Igbo. The young will. If you have a responsibility towards his people, towards his community, towards the public, or if you Igbo, generally,
Then ipụtara ife dịka ife apprenticeship system in ekwu okwu. Yes, it is based on an understanding of what you call shared prosperity. Onye ọbụla so ya gara nwanne na ọnụ Igbo choice iso ya na ọnụ Igbo or shared prosperity. Onye ọbụla the foundation of Igbo society, and that is why ijesia Chineke gozie anyị asị na akụ ga-eru ụlọ. Akụ afọ ga-eru ụlọ pụtazịa ịrụọ ụzọ, iweta mmiri, itinye ọkụ, ịlụọ skuul, soro dozie obodo, soro wee na-achị, soro wee na-egosi ndị ọzọ na-eso n'azụ na-ekwe ka a sị abụ ezigbo nwa afọ amụrụ n'ebe amụrụ unu. Then i check isi ya nke gbasara ịgba bọị. Enwere ife na-eme n'obodo anyị. If that now the average human being na amụ tife through practice, people learn by practice.
Yes, not just theory.
Ịgụ akwụkwọ amaka. And if I'm going to achọrọ m ka aghọta Afia ya isi mba na achọrọ ka ndị mmadụ je gụọ akwụkwọ. But what I'm explaining is that practical learning, the so critical or the so important, that the more people can learn practically, the better. And that is why today, it's almost like the whole world, I want to go tata. Now, if any mewe
back.
Yes, centuries ago. Onyama Keji when they that skills but the currency of the 21st century. There's nothing greater than skills. And that is why if you find some of the world's greatest entrepreneurs today, Maduka Bill Gates, Maduka Mark Zuckerberg, Maduka Michael Dell, they check their background. When the name of Jekata was in Hade Jesse. Potazia, we Chuanya be fame more of a guarfa. No matter where, we be so wefa. Hey, just rapqua Hanine some of us to age. Mano or Potaro, the Henry may actually me, away mayor. Through practice. Ije go akoko, ihe Bill Gates mail, goes to bido na garage, goes to bido maybe fenine, goes to library, goes to agwakoni ni de maka coding, maka software writing and things like that. Until or become more proficient, until he became proficient in what he wanted to do, right? Check Mark Zuckerberg. It was a very, very similar story. All through that, some kind of self-apprenticeship somehow. But now, Anibo, and they may organize. Then we keep the mother na savu. We call electronics kinele. Electronics have that apprenticeship, meaning that now they will devote their time to understand the different types of products that are available. They will devote their time to understand how to keep the books, how to order goods. Case about Afia. That intense competition.
Yes.
That intense competition. They will become resilient. They will become so courageous and very dynamic and very hardworking. These are the things that Ogafa na akuzilfa fanamware. We can depending on agreement assigned. We call 5 years. We call 10 years. Depending on the age you have on here, an agreement email with such people. And that is how, for instance, Ndi Boju with such massive capital formation.
Yes.
Massive capital formation. Because now, imusia, onya emechel we may free.
Yes. Settle lawyer
no. Yama akwata ndozo gabwari aboy ebidokwe nisi we train we fa
we build wakwa wealth nke
we build wealth nke ya build wealth ndị nke ọzọ.
Yes.
O ife ndị Igbo na-eme eji we mara anyị kemgbe ụwa ni ana-ejezi maka ya ana-akọzi maka ya ana-amụtazi ife maka ya.
Even schools abroad are now studying
it. Exactly. And with case studies on this matter, I believe even in Harvard Business School, and with case studies in some of the most prestigious business schools in the world, right? And in a way, apprenticeship applies to so many things. It applies to so many things. Let us take the case of motherhood, for instance.
Yeah.
If rough na buy na nwa bo no di mo nwa nne abia gosi kese ku nwa nne abia gosi ya
mere
kese dodo nwa
ndị ọcha na-akpọ onboarding
no Igbo mana oyibo hapụtazi mana na Igbo eji ana ya na-eji ọmụgwọ afọ bụ ka ịmụgosi nwa nwaanyị ka esi abụ mama ka esi abụ nwunye mmadụ ka esi enedo nwa ka esi apịcha nwa ịmụ check nwatakịrị aka ma ụfụ enwe ke ike iche nwata ka ekunye ya as nwoke ị ga-eche na ọ ga-adanarị
ọ ya agbaji or something.
Ọ ga-agbaji or something. Mana ife ebe nne oche na
ibi dị nwatakịrị
yes. Before that, na nwere ebe this apprenticeship thing na-adọrọ. All everywhere. So, I'm happy.
Is there a difference between mentorship and apprenticeship? Anyway, if a DJ.
Well, ofubo oyibo. Ofubo no nubai. Apprenticeship and mentorship. Well, fana babo oyibo. Mana it's all question of imugozi.
Yes.
Or ibaboy. Whether it is about mentorship, and when no in a mentor. And when he did na kuzilie. Obere. Open apprenticeship. You can be an apprentice on leadership in a shadow. Maybe when on a position.
Yes.
So more than can get out to answer when I believe that now I become apprentice have in the course of my political career.
Yes.
John Otone. Yeah. And Colonel okay now Chief of Staff to His Excellency, the Governor of Enugu State. Before I made my point as Chief of Staff, I know the wrong position I had before.
That's Dr. Namani.
Yes. And when they ban I'm okay as a Chief of Staff. So it's on the job. Kamoro ya bife. Ine men ki na-eme as onye jere akwụkwọ onye pụrụ ụzọ mana yawa ana correct kwa
so you know na ka esi eme ihe emi ana like this
ịmago na amugosi ụzọ and cause amugosi ndị nke nọkwa n'ọfịs na-abụ your support staff no ana akụzikwa na hazi phone you know na egosifa ka isi wee make certain things. So whether it is mentorship or apprenticeship, it depends on where, in what position. Yes. But open each all to apprenticeship will in terms of the use of tools and the use of implements and things like that. And mentorship is probably more in terms of counseling and making your worldview. But in a way, it's very little difference between them, in my own opinion. Very, very little difference. Very little difference. Mentorship and apprenticeship is something that I think are very important tools for the development of any society. Even in a family. Even in a family. Nobody nobody na-atụ. Na nwa ewu na amụ ka esi ata afịfịa na ọ na-ekili n'ewu. Nwa ewu ka o si amụ ka esi ata afịfịa. Ọfụ nne ka ọ na-ata.
Ọmarụ nke a na-ata.
Ọmarụ nke a na-ata. Nke a ya arafu. And man ka a ga-esi wee na-ata ya. That is what it is. So mentorship exists everywhere in families as well. And so if you carry yourself in a particular way, if you espouse a certain worldview, if you project yourself in a particular way, if you dress in a particular way, yes. The only reason why the wristwatch in my right hand, for instance, is because my father. That was where I saw him wearing his wristwatch. It was always on his right hand.
Did he give you an explanation for that?
Nothing really. And I didn't even bother to ask. My father said
yes.
And that's the way I used to do it. Otu we not that. And then and made the letter because my father Odelo one. So Makamua, Hana, and made the letter. I make an abu de quelung. I know what was into my father said Makagin Kiji came to the letter in the Ricada would also the rap on Nika Guria. The sale go to one. Also, if you had you any day and one is Adam and Sin and one, especially when I'm Melaji for a Bambania. Odelo let us in the day, then you go, I whooped the letter, it goes in the area.
Oh, ordain the letter to you, address it to you.
Address it to you, straight away. I'm telling you. So, just you go see how. Behavior of, say, leaders or fathers or, people you look up to in society, how they can affect you and shape your own worldview. Yes. Talking about mentorship and talking about apprenticeship.
So, speaking of mentorship now, right, came more because people mentor people. Consciously, unconsciously. And when there are people that look up to you, no matter who it is you are and what you do.